Welcome back to the Automotive Insurance Coach Mark Dantonio Show. Call us at 877-535-1678. Frankly, you'll want to join us for the Michigan Sports Brief every weekday on all of our Spartan Sports Network affiliates, presented by Frankenmuth Insurance. To find your local independent agent, visit fmins.com. And let's talk pets for a moment. Does your pet love MSU? Submit a photo of your pet showing off the Spartan spirit in the Pet of the Game contest and vote to win tickets to the Maryland game. Head over to facebook.com/familyfarmandhome to submit a photo and vote for your pet today. A couple of Spartan favorites here joining Mark Dantonio at the head table at Reno's East. Let's go to the left side of that table for the big guy, 6'8", 284, sophomore from Clarkson, big left tackle number 61, Cole Chewin. One of his position coach Mark Stevens' favorite guys, to be sure. And to the right side of the head table, now a three-time letterman from famous high school, Cincinnati Moeller in Cincinnati, Ohio, 6'1", 236-pound senior, Shane Jones. My Dressel's favorite guys as well. Take it away, Coach.
All right, well, we'll start over here with Shane first of all and everything. And Shane is from Cincinnati Moeller, as George said, and was an outstanding player in high school. Really played all over the place. I remember you were playing safety as well against St. X.
Yes, sir.
In one of the games, but he was Player of the Year, Tri-Player of the Year in the entire state of Ohio. So he was a highly recruited guy, outstanding football player, and he's played a lot of football here for us and started some games. And he's one of our Eagles as well. Why don't you talk a little bit, you know, we do a lot of different things, but I asked him up here, he's pretty fluent in different languages. Do you speak Chinese?
Yeah. This year for camp, because I guess the slogan for the season was "It show do die to," and that means do the work. So at any time of the day, you know, Coach D can come up to us and ask us that, and so you got to know what it means. So that's what I learned.
Yeah, I verified that. I verified that on campus with a couple Chinese students too. I asked them. It is true. It really means don't wait for the rabbit by the stump. In other words, do the work. Don't take chances. Okay. You got to read the story, I guess, behind it. But Shane, why don't you talk a little bit about this year's football team and maybe just leadership and some of the different aspects of it that you're recognizing as we go forward here, the mentality of things.
I'm just really excited about this team. There's a lot of young players, but with those young players, we got some older guys that are there to help them along the way, and you know that comes with the role of leadership. You know, in my shoes, we got a lot of young linebackers, just like Antoine Simmons, players like that. So I mean, just for us older guys, you know, it's kind of a breath of fresh air. You know, looking towards this season and you know what we can do and what we want to do. So I mean, I feel like everyone is all in. Everyone has goals. Everybody comes out to practice each and every day ready to work, and you know it's just going to be an exciting season for us.
Well, you know we got to stop the run against Western. They ran the ball very effectively. Why don't you just talk about linebackers? Talk about I don't want to give an answer.
You want to give an answer?
Talk about how they need to play with their numbers.
Oh, numbers always got to be square. Numbers always got to be square. You got to be smart.
How to give the answer? No, but got to be able to see their numbers every time you put the film on from the backside. You got to be able to see those linebackers' numbers. Otherwise, at their turn, bad things start to happen and everything. But go ahead with a couple of your favorite experiences out there.
Oh man, I think my favorite was definitely, well, I got a couple favorites. The Rose Bowl, first Big Ten championship against Ohio State, and then my first true start would have been against Wisconsin last year. All three of those were amazing. You know, even with last year coming down and didn't get the win against Wisconsin, but I still felt like we played hard.
You know, Shane's a thumper. you watch number 49 out there, you'll see him make a lot of plays on all the special teams. He plays linebacker. He can play the money linebacker. He can play star. He can play Mike. He's sort of all over the place. He can play all of those. And all of them are a little bit different. But why don't you talk about the differences of each of those?
Well, when you think about it, playing a money linebacker, you're mostly into the boundary side of the field. The star, you got a lot more space because you're towards the field. So you just got to be able to. The biggest thing is being able to make plays in space. I would say for being an outside linebacker, and then playing middle, you got to be a tough guy and you got to be smart. And over the course of my 4 or 5 years here, you know, I've had a lot of guys that have been here that helped me along the way. That's how I learned a lot of a lot of things that I do comes from stuff I picked up from other players like Darian Harris, Tawan Jones, Riley. So it's just taking something from each player and watching somebody else's game and then trying to add it to yours.
Last question for you. Talk to them about vocabulary. What does fit mean? Your fit.
Your fit is your gap. You gotta know your gap every defense because you know your gap, that could be a fatal.
Yeah, tell them what a gap is.
Well, when you think about it, you got your offensive line and the center, guard, tackle. So in between the center and the guard is the A gap, B gap, C gap, D gap.
And those things tend to change as relative to the plays that they run. Okay, anything else?
Go green.
Coach Tull was, when we started recruiting Tull, he was about 160 pounds.
That's not a lot.
Coach State was telling a story today about you that when you were a junior, you were 190 pounds.
Yeah.
When he first saw him.
That's correct.
And then when I first saw him, he was playing basketball, and you were about 220, 225.
Yeah.
But he had that length that we like. Go ahead and stand up here, Cole.
All right.
He's got that length. So anyway, talk to you about a little bit about how you got to 285, what you've done, and then a little bit about offensive line play. Also talk a little bit schematics to the group out here. Talk to them about the offensive line play and about maybe pass protection a little bit.
Okay. So starting off with just my process of gaining weight. First day I got on campus, Coach Manning looked me in the eyes like, "You're gonna eat." That's about it. And so from there on, I mean every day it's about six meals a day, along with snacks during class. I'm that kid who's always eating in class, so if you sit by me, I'm sorry. You probably hear like the rappers crinkling, all that stuff. But you know, it's been a process for me. Like first day on campus, I was 235 pounds, and now I'm 287. So
we got every pound too.
Yep.
We got.
So getting up there, but still got some work to do. Yeah, so it's just been a process, especially from high school. I was always that tall, skinny kid. It was kind of awkward. So it's just been a growth process.
Bill is one of the hardest workers, I think, on this football team. I mean, there's not a day since you've been here, and you're a redshirt sophomore.
Correct.
I don't think there's a day that I've come off the practice field where he's not the last one off the practice field. The last one. Whatever it is. We're teaching another guy. Jack Heinrich is a young freshman right now. Jack's out there every single day, and they're out there together, the last guys. And it's pretty impressive because I know you won't miss tomorrow like that or anything like that. But very impressive in terms of just his work ethic. So go ahead and talk a little bit about maybe offensive line play, those type of things.
Okay. Offensive line. I mean, you gotta be tough. You gotta be physical. You're in there every play, you know, blocking some big people, and you gotta be able to move them. A lot of it's based on technique, even if you know you may not be the heaviest guy or the strongest guy. You know, technique's your foundation, especially when you're getting different blitzes from other guys, like linebackers like Shane that I see in practice. I mean, you go against big guys, you go against fast guys, so just your technique and using your pads and your hands is one of your biggest things, and your footwork. Coach D always says, you know, your first step will basically determine how your entire play goes. And honestly, if you go back and watch the film, that's basically how every play goes. If you have a bad first step, most likely you don't make that crucial block, but if you have great first step, you put yourself in a good position to win, win the play and win the battle.
Good. Last question for you. We have two more, one for each of you, but then last question for you is Western Michigan game. How many different players have you played against, or do you know personally on Western's team? What's that going to be like a little bit?
Yeah, I was looking through the roster the other day, and I counted between 15 and 20 guys that I've either played personally with, against, or just growing up doing different workouts or playing against them, 7-on-7s, different things like that. So it's going to be a very exciting game. I'm excited, especially to play against all those people, and we're going to come out